Wadilai and Ragem Sub-County. For this and more, in the NILE CAST News Bulletin. Alright, once again, you're most welcome to the NILE CAST with me, Farish Majid. And in case you're just joining us right now, you're most welcome aboard. And this is the NILE CAST News Bulletin every Mondays to Fridays, and today is the Wednesday edition with me, Farish Majid. And now beginning it off with...
At some officials in Arua City Authority as being beneficiaries in the allocations of stall in the taxi park. The allegations triggered the arrest of Chief Financial Officer for Arua City, Mr. Adrico Sam, whose name was cited as a beneficiary in the stalls. Lemaiga Jura, the secretary for Arua City Taxi Park Traders Union, says what baffles them most as traders is how landlords have emerged in government properties and the purported landlords are issuing out fake rent receipts with no headings, no person's names and no telephone numbers attached to it.
But what pains us most is that we have a landlord in government property helping our fellow businessmen who are suffering and crying silently. If we were to talk of some of the items, I would be ashamed to say that there was a landlord who was born of my age, 1996. A landlord collecting 1 million per month from a room in taxi park. How sure is it that that person who is 26 or 27 years old is a landlord in this house? There is a code in that. That room belongs to someone who is working in the government. Just use the person's name to get the details. Receipts that are given to us, receipts given to me, has no heading. It is a cash receipt that I received.
Not receipt.
No name for the business owner, no name for the person, no contact, just you receive a receipt, no detail. You will wonder what kind of receipt you are receiving, but you pay the money on time. It's on land, it's for landlord, yes.
The Vice Chairperson of Arua City Taxi Park Traders Association, Mr. Moma Nobat, who decried exorbitant charging and variations on rent payments for stalls in the taxi park, pinned Arua City Chief Financial Officer, Mr. Sam Adrico, as a beneficiary of stall, who is also trying to permanently sell stall room number GX06 to a market vendor at a tune of 15 million Ugandan shillings.
One of the issues that was affecting us here daily was the issue of rent, exorbitant charge of rent by the landlords. These rooms here were given by the government at the rate of 300,000, but these same rooms are subletted at different rates. The rates are vary from one landlord to another, from 600, others charge 800, others charge 750 watt. I myself, I came here in 2019, June 1st. So even during Corona, when other people were having holidays, we were still paying the same rate. One of the rooms there, GX06, is for Sam, and he wants that lady to buy that room at 15 million.
Sam,
the CFO. And then there's that room there owned by one of the town agents called Cedar. So those are some of the names that I can mention right now. We recorded this lady yesterday because she was not complying with the city authority there. She was not paying there. She claimed she paid some up to December. So that's why she's not paying down there. So she said Sam is working with his brother. The brother is also working, I think, also in the same position at the other side. So they want her to buy the room, but she said doesn't have the money at 15 million.
The State Minister for Economic Monitoring, Honorable Beatrice Akelo, who directed for the arrest of the implicated officer, says these people will be investigated till the logical conclusions of the case.
The market stalls and the taxi park. We have also directed our team to investigate because there are some other civil servants and politicians who have located themselves in those stalls and they have become tenants and they have some rented it out to other individuals. So investigations will also go on.
Meanwhile, the Member of Parliament for Arua City Central Division, Honorable Atimali Jackson, praised that there will be no compromise in handling of the investigations into these cases.
The legal people who are handling this case will do what the law requires. So the law has already taken its course. I pray that, let there be no corruption in as far as the enforcement of the law will be concerned. So that is all.
Peace Oshaki, Osuta Yusuf, Wasnal TV, NILE CAST.
And more in our stories, city dwellers powered in large numbers at Arua District Council Hall premises demanding the release of 2 accounting officers of Arua City. The crowd that stormed Arua District stakeholders who were attending to the State Minister for Economic Monitoring, Honorable Beatrice Akelo-Akori, in her oversight functions, we are holding black charts demanding for the release of the Chief Financial Officer and the Deputy Town Clerk. Frederick Dramadri compiled the story.
City dwellers poured in large numbers at Arua District Council premises demanding for the release of the 2 accounting officers of Arua City. The crowd that stormed Arua District stakeholders who were attending the State Minister for Economic Monitoring, Honorable Beatrice Akelo-Akori, in her oversight functions, were holding black cards demanding for the release of the Chief Financial Officer and the Deputy Town Clerk of Arua City.
We are going. But you also need to hear our price. You get it? Yes. This is Arua District within Arua City. Yes. No, you are. But there are boundaries. Where is the boundary? You told me the boundary. There are boundaries. Which law allows that? They will listen to you. Yes. Now we want those people out. That's what we want. We are tired of what you guys corruption. We always see. Doing a lot of corruption here. We don't want, but you just want to fight. You just want to fight. These are disorganized NRM here.
Yesterday, after failure to account for over 500 million Uganda shillings meant to be shared with Arua City Central Division from taxes collected from the taxi park and failure to answer on queries on the erroneous awarding of the public land for construction of Arua Hill Stadium to development infrastructure, the State Minister then ordered for the arrest of the 2 officers for further interrogation. Inatu Simon, the leader of the protesters, explained that the arrests were uncalled for and criticized the Member of Parliament for Arua Central Division for protecting the technocrats.
See, the reason for this protest is that simple. The people, the civil servants who are arrested there inside the shop, especially the CFO and the Deputy Town Clerk. Their arrest is the one that has caused the protest right now here. Because if you go to the police there and you check the statements, which is before, or where those people are kept inside the cell, the statement is just shallow and you cannot even know why those people are detained there. Now we have asked ourselves, if that is the reason why those people are arrested, meaning there's something behind, there's a politics which is behind that. So we want to, our aim of coming here is we wanted to talk to the MP of Central Division about the grievances, because on several occasions his name has been appearing with this kind of confusion. So we want him to tell us his interest and grievances, why he's doing all these kind of things.
However, Honorable Atimali Jackson Buti, the Member of Parliament for Arua Central Division, who was part of the district when approached on the matter, declined to comment. Frederick Dramadri, Okumuringa Christine, for West Nile Television, NILE CAST.
And more in our stories. As P7 candidates across the country today commenced with the primary living examinations, in Arua the exams started well with no cases of severe illnesses registered, and West Nile TV moved to a number of these schools. Take a look. As thousands of P7 candidates across the country began writing the final 2 days UNEB examinations, in Arua the exams commenced well with no reported cases of illnesses, malpractice, and blocking of learners to sit for the papers by school authorities. The head teachers of most of the schools that we visited said that the turn-up was overwhelming, as most of the learners that registered turned up for the exams.
Initially, we had registered 168 candidates for this center to sit. And in this center, we sit alone as a Arua Public Primary School. We don't have any other school that sits with us. Out of this were the 71 boys and the 97 girls. However, out of this 168, 5 went missing up to today. We tried to trace them, but we traced them in vain.
Yes, the PLE sitting has started today, and I believe that we have started not badly off. We have started on very well. And in my center, we have 2 schools that are sitting. We have Homingdale that has 50 children, and out of these 50 children, 1 is missing. And Arua Primary has 233 children that are registered. And out of these 233 children registered, 1 is missing, and 1 boy did not turn up for that. And among these 233 children that are registered, we have 3 of them as special need in the category of deaf.
The paper for today, actually everything started on very well. The Navy Scout, the supervisor, the invigilators, all these ones arrived in time. Papers reached here timely. The candidates were able to start the exams also in time. Otherwise, nothing wrong has happened. Everything is going on well.
Similarly, some of the learners we spoke to after the first paper are also optimistic of excelling.
The first paper was good, so we are sure we'll pass and we'll bring also first grade.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm hoping to get grade 4. The yearly examinations have been sitting for the mathematics paper, and it has been fair.
However, Buzazili, a senior inspector of schools working in Arua City, hinted on the challenge of UNEP being inconsiderate in terms of sending papers for the special needs candidates.
There are candidates who are supposed to have large prints for some schools. These large prints were not received or they were not packed by UNEP. But there are invigilators who have been sent by UNEP to come and support these learners. So far, we are moving on well.
Arua City registered a total number of 7,386 learners for these exams, and out of these, 3,677 are boys, as 3,709 are girls. However, the number of candidates who have missed the exams have not been established by press time. Farish Majid, West Nile TV, NILE CAST. And once again, thank you for joining us, and more in our stories. Residents of Wadlai and Ragem sub-counties in Pakwach district are eager for stringent actions to tackle the enormous cases of black flies witnessed in the 6 villages of Ayabu, Oboro, Ragem, amongst others, which they blame on the Pakwach district health officials for paying deaf ears, which have become threats to their lives despite the several complaints channeled to them. Alfred Jawok with more.
This report has been imploring the impact of the delayed response by health officials in Pakwach district, as this has left some residents to spend nights without sleeping due to blood flies bites. Imelda Wechi, resident of Oborowe village in Wadlai sub-county, Pakwach district, expressed disappointment over the acts by Pakwach health officials, saying that it greatly affects their health.
Wabikadi little sana kakai ndi vile ni boro we kai die ka woni yen ko wangen be shamo ma kuwe me be kawo ke furungo ya kuya chwin igung be furufur na ko wangen be kei ka ma ko na tim dit pere ento ko wangen be yongo government be paro pi wango pirango ular wa wati marash tampu bere do ko dong ko wangen karashelo ento binu lar wa ka lar ngo ti marash we parano to en.
Mr. Yusuf Uketi, 56 years, resident of Ayabu village, says they have reported the matter to their local leaders, but still now no response. According to Uketi, when the flies bite someone, there is swelling of the body, mouth, and other parts of the body.
Keki yili yil moko malarengo. Dunga karcha utieka kelo gwenye komwa. Nungria comme le gamin de watem wote RC marketing lo ken maro le même coupé marketing on wati ko du eni wati ka yuak dung wange nyonyo pong papi wange ngo PNP pong ka kayo nyoto jim jamwa cheke an nyinga gilongo Keti Yusuf wati village me gilongo baro yo village kam wati yeni wa mi report mapol wa mapol edo gin moko result moko mudugo wanya manda e upe kada chiel mo bedu eni man mo bedu eni man aneno tiana de mo yila ede ne chalo eni chabte mo yelo de en neno tiana de yila yin mitutungo man te ya ede me ka kama ge kayo gwenya de dungu chakre kadi nge chinga egi no uchidi mo cho chole ka kai ende ka en uchidi dungu eno gwenya no.
Last week, one of the affected victims crippled due to effects of the flies. However, during the recent joint meetings involving the health workers, management of the health centers, and section of leaders of Pakwach district held to identify solutions to the problems, Robert Chanpara, an entomologist with Pakwach district local government, confirmed that the people living along Ora River stream are facing the challenges of blood flies. Chanpara said samples of the victims were taken to Central Laboratory in Kampala, and they are yet waiting for the results from the Ministry of Health for actions.
As I talk now, the insects are still multiplying because of the floods, because the environment has become conducive. It has become a breeding site for the black flies, and we have received complaints from the OC prison recently when we held our district security committee meeting, and he briefed us that the prisoners are suffering from those bites, and therefore we have discussed with the district health officer, Dr. Hajal, and another team will be dispatched to go to wildlife and take appropriate actions.
Dr. Paula Jal, the Pakwach district health officer, notified the residents and advised them to sleep under mosquito nets as they wait from the Ministry of Health to find remedies for the flies. Ajal further revealed that the black flies causes chronic disease in the skin if not well handled.
These nuisance flies, or which is a family of flies we call black flies, they live along streams and they prefer fast flowing water which is available in the area around wildlife. So they live along those streams, they breed, they lay their eggs in the water, they hatch into larvae, which eventually develops into the adult flies, which adult flies are the ones which feed on human beings. Now, the reason they bite is because they want to feed on your blood. So, and the first sense they have is a shape of a person. So, the moment they see a shape, then they'll move towards you, and then they want a warmth. They will detect where there is your mouth, where there is something coming, warmth coming out, and then they will come and get on your body and bite. The bites are irritating. For them, they suck the blood, but they irritate. They cause what we call inflammation, in a reaction on your skin.
When our reporter visited some of the affected villages this afternoon, it was found out that some children and women are the most affected since they are exposed to the environment during daytime. Alfred Jawok, West Nile TV, Nile Cast.
And more in our stories, the regional Northern Uganda Cancer Center is running a one-week head and neck surgery for patients who are diagnosed with the head and neck cancer. The surgery is being conducted with assistance from a team of doctors from the United States of America. It is the first surgical camp being done at the regional Northern Uganda Cancer Institute, 3 months after the center began partially receiving cancer patients from the region. Stephen Okello with more on the story.
Kahire Alex from Kalerwe district have been receiving treatment from Lago Hospital for the last 1 year, waiting for the surgery. But the congestion at National Cancer Institute has been a big barrier to him.
Nearly the whole of this year I've been visiting, making appointments. Until then, one doctor said we have a cancer campaign, it will help you, because it will take us about 2 or 3 weeks. So you will be missing us. If you can travel, good. When I traveled here, first thing, the image I got that this is really a hospital. I liked the hospitality of the workers, the doctors, the nurses. They welcomed us very well.
Alex, whose appointment for surgery has been failing from Lago due to congestions of the hospital, at one point tried to move to Mengo Hospital, where he was asked to pay 7 million for his operation, amount he could not pay. But the Regional Cancer Center in Gulu, with support from University of Cincinnati in USA, saved him.
5 doctors were very busy on me, and it took me 8 hours in the theater. Took me out to the recovery room. In the recovery room, they did everything possible to make me feel fine. Then 2 days I was brought in another ward. Each time there is someone to check on me. That is one of the things I've liked in this hospital. There is always someone to check.
Dr. Otiti Jeff says that government, in its wisdom, thought it wise to bring service closer to the people of northern Uganda. And that is why this year head and neck surgical camp was brought to northern Uganda to try the new medical equipment at the new Regional Cancer Center in Gulu City.
Last week we were actually starting our first really test running our theaters to see that they're functioning. We were able to do some cases, most of them were gyne and urology, so the theaters are working well. And we had scheduled to actually have a head and neck camp this week to tackle the cases. I wouldn't say that the trend is rising here in northern Uganda, but we do have cancers everywhere. Most of the head and neck cancers are due to smoking and alcohol, and the majority of cases.
Dr. Shad Zenda, a professor in Head and Neck Surgery University of Cincinnati, says they are coming to work with Uganda doctor is to provide additional support to ENT doctors, given the influx here nose and thorax diseases in the country, which is overwhelming the existing doctors.
The spectrum of diseases, one is there aren't enough ENTs to treat the ear, nose, and throat disease early, so we often see ear disease more advanced, or even benign tumors of the jaw more advanced than what we would see in the U.S., where there's more physicians to care for those patients. So I don't know if it's a higher burden, but I think with the number of disease that they have, the number of people that live in Uganda, there's a lot of work for these good doctors to do. And again, it's just good that we can come over and partner and work together. I think.
Dr. Latim Ivan, a medical officer in charge of Uganda Cancer Center, Northern Region, says despite receiving an influx of people with cancer visiting their facility on a daily basis, so far 13 patients have registered for this camp.
So we are making about 4 months on the ground, and it has been partially opened, and we have been offering outpatient care to the patients. The total number of patients as of yesterday was 126 patients, for which 62 patients were cases which were newly diagnosed. And the rest of the cases were patients who were in our care in Kampala, but due to finances and other reasons, they couldn't continue with their care because they lost the follow-up patients. So these are the people we reabsorb them to care and we continue with their care. So
Gulu Regional Cancer Center is a planned public specialized care medical facility owned by Government of Uganda through Ministry of Health to provide care for cancer patients in Northern Region. Stephen Okello for West Nile Television, NILE CAST.
And more in our stories, stakeholders in Laropi sub-county have been urged to focus on solving problems instead of focusing on their personal interests. And this remark was made by Honorable Anyama Williams, the chairman Local Council 5 Moyo District, during a stakeholders meeting on clean water in both Laropi Town Council and Laropi sub-county held at the Laropi Town Council headquarters. Okumu Dominic compiled the story.
The dialogue meeting brought in a number of stakeholders from both the town council and the sub-county to deliberate on ways of improving access to clean water, which for long has been a very big challenge in the area. Honorable Anyama Williams, the chairman Local Council 5 Moyo, urged the people of Laropi to focus on solving problems instead of focusing on their personal interests if they want to attain their target of improving on the access to clean water in the area.
We should be transparent, we should be open and speak to ourselves. But at the end of it all, water is a very critical product because many diseases government of Uganda is spending money on are water related. Water is a very serious thing. So when we are going to continue in this meeting, I request everybody, our focus should not really be personal sentiments. We should all focus on solving a problem. Yes, if there is fear here, but what are we providing to solve a problem? Because at the end of it all, we need water, especially here for home use, but also for business. For business here to run, we all need water.
Mr. Watenga Stanley, an engineer working with Ministry of Water and Environment, said, as Ministry of Water and Environment, they are in close contact with Northern Umbrella and their target is to improve access to clean water to the people even beyond the scope of Northern Umbrella. But after the construction of the water source, the ministry will charge Northern Umbrella responsible for the distribution and maintenance of the water source.
We have done surveys, we have completed all that, we have prepared all the plans. As I've told you, on that day, we shall convene a stakeholder meeting here and we give you we show you the full layout of the scheme. We are in close discussion with the umbrella, okay? Where we shall not duplicate again, as I've said. Where they have been able to do, we shall not go there. But as we shall instead go beyond and cover other people. And ultimately also when we complete this work, we are going to hand over to the same umbrella who will do the operations here. I think the main message is to confirm to you the project is on. We are waiting for the bank to give us clearance. I think in a period of not more than a month from now, you will see us maybe starting to advertise and we shall have bidders who will express interest in this.
Mr. Tugume Nicholas, the Assistant Manager, Northern Umbrella, urged the stakeholders and the people to allow the constructor to come on ground and kickstart the water project so that the people get access to clean water in the area.
The local authorities, the water users and the various partners help us and have the contractor on site so that he can start on the works of the borehole motorization. He can start construction of the tank, as we also bring in the pipes and the materials for new connections.
Honorable Luga David Tiondi, the chairman, Local Council 3, Laropi Town Council, urged Northern Umbrella and the Ministry of Water and Environment to pronounce themselves clearly on the resolutions of the meeting they had in Lira so as to clear the doubt of the public.
Their leader in the sub-county, they are longing for the water to be extended in the sub-county. Will this one extend it? Will it be sufficient or adequate? These are the questions which probe our mind. And therefore, before the council, because anything to be done should be accepted by the council, before the executives and the council pronounce it, this clarity is needed. And now that people from ministry are here, also those ones from Umbrella North are here, I conclude by saying the ones with whom we had the meeting in Elira should have clear in mind what was resolved there. And by now you should have even come with that document for us. So that when I go astray, you say, no, Chairman, this was what was resolved. But the way it is not there, I may speak and it may be doubted.
Both Laropi Sub-County and Laropi Town Council have been grappling with challenges of access to clean water, with the only source of clean water constructed over 2 decades ago in Panyanga Ward, which was mainly constructed to provide clean water to Laropi Health Center before extending it to the community. But however, the facility that has been under the supervision of Northern Umbrella has failed to supply adequate water to the community, something which raised so much concern in the area and made the Ministry of Water and Environment to lobby for funding from World Bank so as to improve the old facility and provide access to clean water to the people. I'm Dominic Antonio Kumo for West Nile TV, Nile Cast.